please talk about Jack Hermansson taking on Kelvin Gastelum this Saturday on UFC Fight Night 173 at Fight Island. This one it's an interesting fight, right? Because basically, I think Hermansson's got this because he should have it. Really, he's the bigger guy. Kelvin Gastelum, he always comes in so undersized at middleweight, and I think sometimes, a lot of time, he overcomes it, but it can be a real issue for him because obviously he just lost a very close decision to Darren Till, but that was because Darren Till kind of kept him on the outside and he wasn't able to get in close, and that was because of the size and the reach discrepancy. He gives up a similar size and reach discrepancy here to Jack Hermansson. Jack Hermansson is 6'1". He has a 77.5 inch reach. That's a hell of a reach, right? He's a big dude. He has got a great frame for the middleweight division, Jack Hermansson. And Kelvin Gastelum, really, he is a heavy welterweight, isn't he? He's 5'9", he's got a 71 inch reach. I'm not 100% sure how he gets close enough to Hermansson to do any damage. However, Gastelum's great at doing that. He's great at getting inside and knocking people out. So how would you bet against him? Thing is I really like Gastelum. How can you not? Do you know what I mean? He's always just like I said, he's always going in. He's always picking on people bigger than he is. And a lot of the time, he comes out on top. However, I do think that Jack Hermansson, he's just got too many tools to get this one done. He's an excellent grappler, and when I say excellent, I mean fantastic. If you saw him against Jacare Souza, a lot of that fight played out on the feet, but a lot of it also went to the ground, and he was very comfortable grappling with Jacare, who is legendary level at grappling, and his arm in guillotine is excellent. Just excellent. The way he sets it up as well. He's always just looking for ways to set it up, and he finds ways to set it up. He'll usually go in and clinch and get the trip from there. And I think that he's got such a size advantage. He's not going to have too much trouble taking Kelvin Gastelum down. And I don't think he's going to want to play this out on the feet because he is coming off a knockout loss to Jared Cannonier. Now, there's no shame in that. Jared Cannonier is an absolute beast. He hits like a truck. And, Hermansson, it wasn't his night. He got caught. But up until that point, Hermansson's just looked excellent in all of his fights. Not to say that Kelvin Gastelum hasn't. He looked really good against Israel Adesanya, didn't he? But, obviously he lost in the end, but he gave Adesanya a real fight. I think it was one of the fights of the year. It was fantastic. But I just don't see any way that Jack Hermansson doesn't come out with the victory. I might be wrong here, but he is coming in at a slight favourite. The betting lines did change slightly since yesterday. I think when I checked this yesterday, Hermansson was a slight underdog. I should have had a guy on him then. But I did notice that the submission for Hermansson is still 7-1. And that is a terrible bet that I can get behind. It's not even actually that terrible of a bet, because as I said, Hermansson, he's an excellent grappler. And he really does. He looks for that arm-in guillotine fairly constantly. He got Mearchart with it. He got David Branch with it. It's a great weapon. Once he has that on, it's not going to look good. And against someone with a similar kind of size is someone that Kelvin fought was Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman, obviously, he got knocked down by Gastelum, but then in the next round got him to the ground and got him into a head and arm triangle and choked him out. And it's a similar size disadvantage that he's at, and Jack Hermansson is so good at grappling. I don't think he leaves it on the feet for too long, because he's perfectly capable on the feet, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he rolls the dice on this one because he wants to get back into the win column. And I think his best percentage chance of getting the win is grappling Gastelum down to the floor and just being on top of him, tiring him out, because Gastelum's gas tank has failed him in the past. And his ground and pound is nasty as well, it really is. But I'm going to be hoping and praying that he doesn't, just get the ground and pound until there's a TKO. I'm kind of hoping that he looks for the submission. And at 7-1, that's a decent price, so I'll take that all day. It's like, I think it was 10-1 when I looked yesterday. I'm a bit gutted that I didn't put that on. Now that's the terrible part of that bet. The terrible part of that bet was not putting it on bloody sooner, wasn't it? Jesus Christ. But yeah, either way, that's going to be a hell of a fight. That's going to be really entertaining. Because when is Calvin Gastelum not entertaining and Jack Hermansson is equally entertaining? That's got fun written all over it. I'm not going to go too much into the main event. The main event is Davison Figueiredo and against Joseph Benavidez. I'm not actually betting on that one, purely because I don't see it going any way than the way it went last time. You know, Figueiredo's probably going to get the TKO. You know, he's 10-1 to get the submission. That might be worth a go if, like, you know, they get into a scramble on the ground and he's beating him up and then he finds the choke. I mean, 10-1, that's a pretty decent price on that, because he's going to win one of three ways: TKO, decision, or submission. I don't see Benavidez winning this fight. I hope he does. I think Benavidez, because Benavidez is such a game competitor, man, but he just runs into these guys that are just a little bit too good, and it's at the wrong time as well. I think Benavidez maybe like 4 or 5 years ago might have had a really good chance against Figueiredo, but Benavidez is not that young anymore, and he got so outclassed in the last fight. I don't think it was completely to do with the fact that Figueiredo missed weight either, because that's why they're redoing this one. Figueiredo didn't make weight, so even though he won, he didn't actually leave as the new strawweight champion, or flyweight champion, sorry. And yeah, so they're running it back. I just don't see it going any other way. I hope I'm wrong, because I would love to see Joseph Benavidez as the champion. He just seems like such a great guy, and he's a great ambassador for the sport. I mean, it'll be a fun fight, make no mistake, because like the last one was a fun fight for as long as it lasted. I think it ended in round 2. But yeah, either way, great fight. Really exciting fights on this card. And like I said, I've put down some terrible bets. Like I said, I've ruined that submission bet on Hermansson for everybody, because it's never coming off now. Going great odds, never coming off now, because I'll put my terrible stamp on it. Yeah, so yeah. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, let me know if I'm absolutely out of my mind for thinking that Hermansson's going to be looking for the submission. Let me know if I'm out of my mind thinking that Benavidez is probably already lost. But either way, anything can happen in mixed martial arts. That's the fun of it. It's going to be a great night of fights. You know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Keep those bets terrible. I'll catch you next time.